I am Vladimir Putin. For more than 20 years, I have held the highest position of leadership in Russia. But before becoming president, I was just an ordinary boy in Leningrad, growing up in hardship, going through struggles and important choices that shaped my entire life. This is my story. I was born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, a city devastated by war. My family lived in a small communal apartment, sharing space with several other families. My parents were factory workers. They were not wealthy, but they taught me discipline and perseverance. My childhood was far from easy. I often had to be independent, sometimes roaming the streets. I was energetic, adventurous, and often got into trouble. But then, I found passion in sports. I practiced judo and sambo, two martial arts that strengthen not only my body but also my mind. Judo taught me not just how to fight, but how to endure, how to wait for the right moment, and most importantly, never to give up. In 1970, I entered the Faculty of Law at Leningrad State University. I chose law because I wanted to better understand how the state works, and because since childhood, I dreamed of becoming an intelligence officer. After graduating in 1975, I joined the KGB, the Soviet Union's security and intelligence agency. For me, this was a turning point. I was rigorously trained, learning to control emotions, keep secrets, and act in silence. My job was not like in the movies. It was about collecting information, analyzing it, and handling situations with caution and intelligence. Years later, I was sent to East Germany, stationed in Dresden. There, I witnessed firsthand the turbulence in Europe during the Cold War. Those experiences gave me a sharper view of power, the fragility of states, and the crucial role of information in politics. In the late 1980s, the Soviet Union began to weaken. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, I was in Dresden. I still remember the chaos, when crowds surrounded the KGB office. We were abandoned, no orders from Moscow. That feeling made me realize, a nation can collapse simply by losing central authority. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed completely. I was forced to leave the KGB and return to St. Petersburg. It was a hard time. The new Russia was in chaos, the economy in ruins, and society in despair. But during this period, I began my political journey. In St. Petersburg, I worked under Anatoly Sobchak, the city's mayor. He was a great mentor who taught me about governance and the importance of reform. I was responsible for international relations, meeting officials and business leaders from abroad. Through decisiveness and reliability, I gained recognition. In 1996, I moved to Moscow to work in the central government. Within a few years, I was appointed to several important positions. In 1999, President Boris Yeltsin chose me as Prime Minister. Just months later, he announced his resignation, handing me the presidency in an interim capacity. I remember that moment vividly. Suddenly, I stood before the immense responsibility of leading all of Russia. In 2000, I officially became President of Russia. My first mission was to restore order. At that time, Russia was drowning in crisis, terrorism in Chechnya, economic collapse, and a society that had lost faith. I implemented tough, sometimes controversial measures, but I believed the country needed a strong hand to stabilize. Within a few years, the economy began to recover, helped by rising oil prices and stricter governance. People gradually regained trust, and I was re-elected for multiple terms. I always built the image of a strong leader, riding horses, diving into the sea, piloting aircraft. It was not only for show, but also a message: Russia is not weak, and its leader is ready to face any challenge. But I know the world views me in many ways. Some support me for bringing Russia back as a global power. Others criticize me as authoritarian, controlling the media, and suppressing opposition. I do not deny it, every decision comes with a price. I chose the path I believed was best for my country. For more than 2 decades, I have witnessed and taken part in major world events. I have tried to restore Russia's place on the international stage. I know I am a controversial figure. But history will judge fairly, one day. For me, the ultimate goal has always been to protect my country and push Russia forward, no matter the storms. And you, how do you see me? As a resilient leader, or as a mysterious figure?